What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my Armor Brigade 2 live stream. The game literally just released. I'm trying not to be too loud because my kids are sleeping literally in the next rooms, so I'm not going to be too loud. But yes, the game just released on Matrix Games. So I just want to point that out. It's on matrixgames.com. You have to go there to purchase it. It's not out on Steam yet, so the Steam release date is 2025. I'm betting it's 2025 because you have to. There's different ways to release a game on Steam because you have to work with the Steam servers for multiplayer, and then there's the whole update process. So it takes a little bit more work from my discussions with developers to get games to work on Steam versus just releasing it. And the game is ready for release, so I'm glad that Matrix Games put it out for release on their website. Now it is 10% off, $35.99. It's a really good price, honestly, for a game like this. Um, but I mean, you have AAA games that don't offer like even a fraction or like just a lot of AAA games I play that are like 60 going to $70, and you're like a lot of it is in many ways bare bones, and they're charging like $70. Meanwhile, you have indie developers that are adding so much into these games and they're pricing it at 40, literally almost half the price. It's just kind of interesting. Anyway, I recommend purchasing it actually through the Matrix Games website. My buddy Yanni always does that. He doesn't buy it through Steam. And the reason why is if you buy it through the Matrix Games website, you purchase it here, and then you can get a code to redeem on Steam. So you literally get the game from two sources. So if Steam ever goes down, or Steam doesn't connect, or whatever happens with your Steam account, you have an auxiliary place to download the game. So that's really cool. I really like that. Anyway, so let's start playing the game because that's what we're here for. All right. I have a lot of icons here. So I played Armor Brigade 1, and Armor Brigade 1 was pretty sick. It was, I think, the first game that kind of made me just go like, whoa, this is a massive map. It basically, it's a 2D game where you can literally move battalions on the screen, and it was just a huge scope. Like you can cover like the entire town of like Leipzig and the surrounding area and have a massive battalion level uh, battle. So it was kind of interesting. I've never played anything like that before. This takes it up a notch. You always got to take things up a notch. Um, so this is now in 3D. So now they brought Armor Brigade, but they added a 3D component to it. So it's not no more like top down view. Now you can come at an angle and see, your soldiers in 3D. So let's start this. Now the cool thing about Armor Brigade, and I'm gonna reference Steam because uh, this is one thing that I love about Matrix Games and their developers is the amount of replayability because there's mission editors and stuff like that. If you go into where is it workshop, so if you go into the workshop, there is just tons of stuff here. So as you can see, literally, there from here, and then I think there are other places you can get it. But there's like even a World War II armored brigade, where you could take World War II tanks and fight them out. It's just there's a lot. The community gets really serious. All right, I'm gonna hit start campaign because uh, and I forgot to mention this takes place in the Cold War. So, a dynamic campaign extends of the Twin Valley scenario. Among the rolling hills, armored American mechanized companies fighting the enemy with help from infantry and light. Okay, cool. I'm not going to do easy mode. I'm probably going to lose, but let's play anyway. Okay, interesting. Do I get any of these? Selected. So I have these available. Can I add? Oh, nice. Okay. Now, the one thing that's, if you look at some of these models, you're gonna be like, some of you guys might be like, where's a lot of the detail? The game, I just want to say, the map is massive. So for them to add a 3D component in this game kind of wowed me when they first announced it, because to add literally entire like houses, streets, trees, roadways for an entire like medium to major cities and surrounding area, and then have two battalion level forces smash into each other, and then you add 3D into it. uh That's a lot. So you have to, for people like me who have a mid-range graphics card, like I wouldn't have been even able to run the game if they put like every single detail of a H64. So let's click done. I'm just glad they were able to do this in 3D. Okay, so, and I haven't played Armor Brigade in a little bit, so I'm gonna be rusty. I just want to point that out. All right, so so that's how you get to 3D. Nice. Okay. So you could still play the 2D version of it. Oh, that's sick. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. And then just keep zooming. Whoa. Now, like I said, the maps are freaking massive. Look at this. Like, you could literally look. It just to me is kind of crazy. So this scenario actually just takes place in this. You can technically run a scenario with this entire area. Um, be All I'll say is have a good GPU and a good CPU. Um, I don't know where my CPU is right now. I don't have my counter on, but I can imagine it's doing some work in the background. So you can zoom in and you can kind of. That's not bad actually. The Okay, I was trying to see if Q and E kind of rotated the camera. I'm trying to see how I can options. Okay, graphics, audio, game. Okay. All right. No, I don't think there's a way to. I'll have to look at some of the thing, but I don't think there's a way to kind of adjust the keyboard shortcuts. Maybe there is, but I want to kind of get into the game and not have to kind of go through all that. But you can kind of see here, right? It's actually, it's a nice model, you know, and you have. I could tell it's my GPU. I mean, it's not. It's nice fluid. I think I'm like above 30 to 40 frames per second. Um, it's nice though. They got fences here. So, like I said, it's a lot for this game to they had to do a lot of back end work. I'm betting they had to do a lot of back end work. I'm trying to see how I can kind of angle the map. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got shortcuts here. So how do I scroll arrows? Right click. Okay. Fast camera movements, zoom in, zoom out, decrease field of view. I'm trying to kind of, do the axis kind of thing so I can look that way. Normally you would do Q and E. All right, whatever. Either way. So I gotta get used to this camera. Yeah, because the enemy's that way, so I want to be facing the enemy. All right. Let's hit start. Okay. So we got some M60 patents. These are patents. So you can click on multiple units by just going like this. So I like that. Here I could just right click on this unit. Let's do some scouting. And then right click to end it. Good. I like that. All right. And then we got some infantry guys here. 11 Bravos out in the field. So you can get a nice view of what the 3D guys look like. And like I said earlier, it is, I mean, you're not going to get the most perfect detail, they're 3D models because the game is generating everything from these houses to this bridge to this free fence to like so much stuff. And I'm fighting with the company, and I'm realizing how I got a scout team here. Okay, where's the enemy? I wish I could move the camera a little bit. I wish I can like use the the right button on the mouse to kind of orient the map to go, to kind of like pitch this way. I'm trying to figure that out. Scroll map is the arrow keys. I did that. M click and hold. M click. It doesn't look like it's doing it. Shift wheel up. Shift wheel up. Okay. So that's for that. Yeah, I don't think it's. I'm trying to figure out how to do this thing. Yeah. WASD map scroll. Windows Edge map scroll. I definitely want to get the frame rate because I know it's gonna. All right, I'll have to figure that this orient of the map here. I'll probably figure it out as time goes by, but these are just actual bodies. So I'm assuming the enemy is gonna be battle in progress. Capture and hold the objectives. Yeah, the map is hard to kind of. I want to orient. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Okay, I like that. So got some scouting. This is my objective. So I'm on the defense. Okay. So they're coming after these things. And I got an infantry fighting vehicle here. Light mortars. I got a law team. Nice. Okay. Got another law team. Beautiful. All right. Now, obviously, this is not the best way to play. You want to play in the 3D, but I find this a little bit easier to kind of. And then the transition to 3D is pretty seamless. I'm trying to like click on this so I can move the map this way, but I'm not able to do that. Maybe R? No. Z? No. What would maybe control? No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. Because there's got to be a way to kind of move the map, you know what I'm saying? To kind of orient it so I'm facing this way instead of like, 50-50 kind of thing. Wow, you could see. I don't know where it says my frame rate's actually 59 still. So actually that's pretty good. Wow. 3D definitely changes the scope of it because like I got my guys here and you could see they're like looking down on this valley here, and if you're like doing 2D, you don't get that, right? You're like, okay, is this the same height as that? Maybe, I don't know. But then when you go to 3D, you're like, no, it's not. It's definitely higher. So 3D definitely adds a nice dimension to it. I like it. All right. So just the only thing that I'm having trouble with is the camera. Maybe this. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. Um, let's hear the sound. Let's see how the sound works. I also wish the map moved a little bit faster. See, it's a little slow. Let's pause it because that's too slow for me. Scrolling speed. Let's go to 3000. Nice sounds. You get the birds too. Oh snap! They generated birds. Look at that. Did you see the birds fly through? Okay. All right. Props for that. Jeez, they really generated a lot. The only thing is, I really need the map to orientate a different way. What does the M113 do? Uh, it's definitely a troop carrier. Okay. Ooh, I got the M60 here. All right. Where would the enemy be coming from? If I were the enemy, which way, if this is the objective and that's the objective, which way would I be coming from? So, they'd probably be coming from here, taking a road like this. Yeah, they'll probably be coming through here. So, what I want to do is put my tank there. Give them a nice little surprise as they come in. We can, knock out one or two of them. And then we have some infantry units. Oh, there's an objective 3 here that we need to secure. Okay. All right. I like that you could just select all four platoons. Excuse me, all four squads. I got some M60s. I like that. What are these mortars? Dismounted cav. Can you guys mount? Formation. Jerry says looking good. Missed the first one and then decided to wait on second thoughts. The first one really, I mean, I still get amazed because like being able to actually play this entire map like this. I mean, obviously this scenario is just focusing on this little area here, but to be able to focus on all play a battle with all this, I'm assuming they're coming from here, so they're gonna be coming actually coming from this direction. Let me get some. All right, so we got our boys going in. I got the platoons coming in. What are these guys doing? Ooh. Okay. So I'm gonna have you guys defend objective two. So most like they'll be coming down this road. So yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, let's come here. I'll tell you honestly, going from the 2D to the 3D aspect is changes the whole way you view the environment. Like the whole way you change the way the actual battle is seen. Because like when you're looking at it top down, right? It's looking at it almost like on a map. You don't you're almost like a battalion officer. You don't see the curves of the hills, so it changes the way you deploy your units. Looking at a 3D map, you can kind of see where the slopes are, where you can get better fields of fire. It's definitely changing things. The only thing I wish though is, yeah, I could put you right there. The only thing I wish is I could move the camera a better way, like Q and E, being able to like move the map this way, and then the E to move it that way. You know what I'm saying? And I like that when you hit the platoon headquarters, will it select all of them? Okay, it'll tell you which ones are which. Okay, we got a law team here. We're definitely gonna need them. And yeah, it definitely changes the way the battle is. And you can see the closer you go, my frame rate dropped by 10. And zooming out, it goes back to 60. So they did nice work on the engine. Ooh, enemy units ground spotted. Dude, they're already forward advanced. I thought I had a little bit more time. Shoot. Shoot. How do I stop you? Stop. Stop. How do I stop his last orders? Hold on. Orders. Dang it. Hold on. How do dang it. I forgot. Man, delete all waypoints. Okay. And then orders, set range, advance contact. I'm assuming just do contact. Oh, you're already going ahead. Okay, so I got enemy out in the open here. And you can see they have, I think, definitely height. They definitely have the high ground. And Jerry says, how would you compare this to Flashpoint campaigns? I know one is real time, the other one's we go. You know, I gotta check up with Flashpoint campaign. I'm trying to remember. I've played it. Oh yeah. So I like Flashpoint campaigns. I've played it before. It's cool. This is completely different beast. Um, One it's 3D. That one's definitely 2D. That one's hex based. This is very different. I would say like this is the best grand scale operational level game that you'll ever play. You can like I showed you earlier, you can literally zoom out and like I don't know how big Fluda is in the 80s, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty big town or city, whatever. Right? It encompasses all that, the surrounding area. I mean, you could probably put Berlin and the whole surrounding area and have just battalions, multiple, just go to town with one another. So that I think is really cool. I don't think this guy's gonna do well. He's out in the open. Uh, and I got the enemy over here. Are they already firing at me? It just says it was a tracked vehicle there. Oh, nice. My M13. Nice. Okay, so this is gonna be a problem because that is definitely not an infantry fighting vehicle. That's a main battle tank. So I probably want something with a little bit more heft. I'm gonna put out there. Jerry says, "How do you place your infantry on edges of the forest so they still cover but are able to shoot from good view?" That is a great question. So to do that, um, I think it's square based. Yeah, so you could see the squares on the map here. I think that's how they're kind of uh, allotted. Um, so, for example, this infantry riding vehicle, if I want him, he's right here, so he's covered. If I want to move him here, I can just do fast, and it'll select the square. It's not hex based, so it's square based. So I can do that, and then he'll still be covered by the tree. So he'll still get that bonus kind of thing, being like covered by the trees and all that. Um, but I need to come down a little bit to I call it get me a main battle tank because I'm gonna need them. I don't think I have any main battle tanks over here. I got a law team actually. I might be able to use them. Light mortar. So this is where like I really like the fact that there we go, beautiful. So I can send that law team right to that edge. And then this way, I don't know if they have good range or they have to be closer. We'll find out. I don't think light mortars are really gonna do much for me. Let's go right there. Right there. Okay, cool. All right. Infantry fighting vehicle is not gonna puncture the hole on one of those tanks, but I'm gonna send one M60. I'll send one M60. I got this guy here, so I'm gonna send him up because I got no tanks up here. I got one M13, so I'll send him up right up here as fast as he can go because we definitely have some contact. Oh, nice! I took I took out. Uh-oh, there's a unit that's engaged. It's being suppressed. I don't know what from. I like that on the map here. It pops up with the units that are being attacked. There's they have LOS on me, line of sight. Ooh, get in. Yeah, they're suppressing my boy there. I don't know where they're getting that. Oh, they destroyed one of my. Most likely from here. They're coming in force. Is that one of my boys? So this might be a problem. I got an M60 here lying and wait for these tracked vehicles though. I got a little surprise waiting for them. Delete all waypoints. All right, I'm gonna send one. I forgot because let me send one up this way. All right, I need need to delete all waypoints for these guys, and I'm gonna have them fast act up to here. Make sure they have. Ooh, they just knocked out. See, the only thing is, I don't know if my boy can see him. He should be able to. There's no line of sight, so. See, I wish I can pitch up. You know what I'm saying? I want to pitch up. Jerry says some negatives that people are saying in regards to delay in action. I personally think it's more realistic this way. Yeah, me too. I do that a lot of times in Grand Tactician, and I'm always at the point where I'm like, I don't want to do a delay in orders, but then at the same time, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, that is what really happened. Like there's a rider that has to go out, so it was very more realistic. Giving fast order, does it affect you in any way? Um, I'm assuming they're. I mean, as far as just right off the bat, no. But um, I'm assuming it affects their like not line of sight, but ability to detect units because they're moving so fast. Nice. Who shot them? Oh, I forgot I got air support in here. I guess not. Artillery. Yeah, I got no sorties. That's okay. Tell me when you get there. I'm assuming he's gonna start moving in about 8 seconds, and I can't wait till he moves because those guys are right out in the open, and hopefully that gun is. Come on, go, go, go! Yeah, I could hear it moving. The M60 Patton. Oh, oh, oh! I did a little Tim Taylor there. All right, HQ contact 60% quickest. Max fine orders. Sit range. How do I have him fire on that BMP? I'm assuming contact. Orders. No, it's not that. How do I have you engage, my friend? Oh, crap. These guys are right in the friggin' middle of it. There's a T-62. I'm surprised they're not firing on these guys. Figure the T-62 kind of like spray, you know what I'm saying? Oh, nice. I think that was a law. Or it might be the tow missile from the M. The infantry fighting vehicles, I believe, during the 80s had a tow missile that did fire. It's actually doing that kind of. Ooh, yeah, boy. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Look at the battlefield, guys. I love this smoke. I wonder why that T-62 didn't fire on these infantry guys though. Okay, we got some enemy here. They are firing on my guys over here. All right, so we got a scout team coming down here. Let's pause for a second. How should I deploy these M13s here? I want to make sure that they have cover. Let's put them right there. And one right there. All right, we still got some vehicles here. I love that the smoke stays on the battlefield, so you're kind of like disoriented a little bit. Yeah, that M2 is doing a lot of damage to that. Nice. I don't know if you guys ever saw the so the I think the M2 is being used in Ukraine right now. Let's do advance. I wonder if there is an option to turn off the. Oh man, that's a lot of armor coming down the hill. All right, I got an M60 here, and I got an M60 there. I'm hoping they. And then you do you see this hill is kind of sloped. So right now I still have. They can't see me. They're coming in force, but they can't see me. They got some BMPs. They got a T64. And they got a tracked vehicle there. So what I need to do is kind of head down here with this M60 patent, and then head behind these trees. That'll give me some good protection. Oh, oh! I heard something crack. What was that? Something splattered. All right, I got this M60 moving in. He has that T62 in his sights. Beautiful. That's screenshot. That's screenshot worthy. Okay, beautiful. Those Soviets coming in for to help out the. Ooh, ooh! They're trying to hit my T60. Yeah, not doing well. I haven't played this game in a minute. I haven't played this game in a minute, but I will tell you that reverse right there. Their entire left flank is just ooh. Oh, I forgot about this section of the battlefield. Beautiful. I'm telling you, I love the M2. That took out a Russian BMP. So the one cool thing about this battle is about this game is that fact that we're only playing with a company, right? Like I have a company, I think they only have a company. Can you imagine battalions on the bigger map? Like just so much would be going on. Um, Jerry says, "Buying game now. You can't have all the fun by yourself." I'll be honest. I haven't played this in a minute, but I'll be honest. The 3D really changes I guess the excitement level is just very different. The graphics in Armor Brigade 1 was good, right? I think I'm talking really loud because I'm a little excited. My kid's in next room. Um, the graphics in Armor Brigade 1 were good, but having 3D units and then just seeing the smoke in this 3D environment, it's just amazing how going from 2D to 3D just affects things so much. I just find that really interesting. All right, we got a BMP coming in hot. And not a. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hold on. All right, so I got this protected. Shoot, they're too close, so that enemies should have had them right on top of each other. Oh, this is all right. So I got two BMPs coming in. Delete all waypoints. Do me a favor. Go right there. They're gonna cross over. M60 is gonna snap them, and I have enough armor piercing rounds. I think I have. I think right here it says I have. I'm assuming APFSDS is armor piercing. This is gonna be nice right here. Watch this. You can see the turret moving. And BMP has no idea. Fire, my friend. Wow, those IFVs are really taking care of it already. They got some troops out on the ground. Something else going on. There's just so much going on right now that it's like, all right, they got some tracked vehicles here. I'm gonna put an M60 right there. You gonna fire? I don't know how line of sight works. I have to figure that system out. Oh crap! They fired something. Oh, they took out one of my IFVs. Oh. So it looks like the Soviets have their own little, you know, IFV kind of things. Not IFVs, excuse me, tow missile kind of thing. Hoping my M60 here can. That came from over here. But I'm hoping this guy has good line of sight. Oh, it'll tell you. Ooh, nice. I'm flanking the crap out of them. Jerry says, I wonder how company will deal with DLC that were released for Brigade 1. Will it convert them, make us buy it again, or create completely new ones? Now that I think about it, that's a great question. I'm assuming it's a brand new engine, so, or, I mean, yeah, I do see these DLCs. I mean, I can see it from both perspectives, right? So, like, if you have Armor Brigade 1 and you have the Czechoslovakia Netherlands pack, right, and you paid $15 for it, right? It'd be nice to get it like the equivalent for Armor Brigade 2. But at the same time, I'm assuming the developers have to do some work, right? Because I'm assuming there has been some changes to the engine, some major changes to the game because it's 3D now. So they probably have to convert these 2D assets to 3D assets. So yeah, I could understand it from both perspectives. It would be nice to get that as a bonus, but at the same time, the developers need to get paid because that's probably going to be a lot of work. I mean, how many units would be in this asset pack in this DLC? Um, so 200 units and aircraft to make them into 3D objects. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be quick. Um, Dan says between Sea Power and Armor Brigade 2, I got lots to play for a while. Yeah, and especially it's coming. It's the holidays, so ooh, ooh. Yeah, my line of, and the cool thing I like about this game here, it'll tell me the line of sight for this unit. Line of sight, no LOS. So he already lost line of sight. He has good line of sight here. Oh, there's no line of sight, so he can't see them coming down on top of him. Nice. So there's some kind of wheeled vehicle coming at me right here. And it says line of sight is about 34%, so it's not that good. And there's a 2T64 is right behind me. Ooh, nice. He took him out. So how do I have him face a certain way? Rotate. Rotate that way. Beautiful. All right, so it's going to take him 30 seconds to rotate that way. It's beautiful, though. I honestly thought I was going to get hammered in this game because of the oh, turn around. Turn around, turn around, turn around. How long? How long? How long? Okay, he's turning around. Oh! And the back of the tank is the weakest. Yikes. Okay. All right. So let's do this. I'm gonna push these two M60s because I need them to flank those guys. And then this M60 will cover my flank. They're all coming for this fixed point here. Oh, that all right. That's easy. All right, so it's actually lay down mortars in an area. That's actually pretty easy. And I like that it has like these things that show you like how they're communicating with each other. Like when you click on a unit, it shows you like the how long? 22 seconds and stop moving. I got some infantry rifle squads here. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. 6 seconds. Jerry says one thing about these type of games that I'm always afraid of is exactly what you mentioned about amount of units to control. Feel overwhelmed. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Like that's why like as big as this game is, like that map that I was showing you guys earlier, like you come like out to here and you can have battalions, right? You can kind of take the role that you want, and I kind of like that. So in a modern kind of combat, I feel more comfortable being like, a platoon uh, commander, like a captain or a second lieutenant, first lieutenant, whatever. Um, because it's, you can kind of say, all right, I want first squad there, I want second squad here, I want the heavy weapons squad over here. So you can kind of like, manage it. um I think that's how, like, I think, I guess that's how, careers in the military work very well, because once you kind of master that, you could say, all right, I can now handle two companies, right? And you can come up to being a captain, right? And then after you can, work with two companies for a while, you could probably say, all right, I'm gonna go up to major and colonel, because I feel like I can run a battalion now, and then after that point, running a couple of battalions, you could kind of go up to colonel and brigadier general, kind of thing. So, but I could, one thing I can imagine is the actual military probably using this. I can imagine them actually. I do know that Matrix Games does work or has worked with the Department of Defense before. I think they still do, because a lot of their games. I think I read an article recently where one of Matrix games is actually actively used by the Department of Defense for. Oh, this guy's getting hit from where? I don't know where. Um, Reverse into the forest. Reverse into the forest. But yeah, they're actively used in by the DoD, U.S. Army, assuming Marine Corps too. Where are you taking hits? I mean, where's your? Ooh, there's a wheeled vehicle over here, and I lost all my units here. I got a law team. Nice. All right, we got some enemy units out in the forest there. Two M60s coming right up. Ooh, whatever that was. They got a MT64 with its back toward me. There's another T64 with its back toward me, and the Pattons are just coming and raining fire. Look at that. Ah! I, I, okay, I'm gonna confess something. Before I started this game, I was not in like the best of moods. Today was a really, really, really bad day. It was just a bad day, basically. And this has definitely boosted my spirits by a lot. Yeah, this definitely boosted my spirits. Oh man, that's awesome. I love that. That was amazing. I honestly thought I was gonna get like slaughtered in this game. Like I thought, like that because I didn't play Armor Brigade for like a year or two. You know that I was not gonna know how to move the units. The learning curve, it took me a little bit of time. Probably, I mean, we've been playing 53 minutes. Probably took me about 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes to kind of like get a feel for everything. The only thing that I want is I got to figure out a way to move the camera, like to angle it like that, but everything has just been sick. Uh, this is just all right. I lost 7 vehicles. The USSR lost 29. They lost 60 troops. I lost 25. Um, oh, you could do a replay? Okay, it's gonna do a replay in 2D space. Okay, it'd be cool if it was 3D replay. Maybe in the future, update. But yeah, this is definitely, you know this is definitely a big jump from Armor Brigade One. Uh, and honestly, like I know I said it like when they announced the preview, I was kind of like really impressed. Um, but to actually like see the difference, right? Like, because you can actually play this game in a 2D set. Like I showed you at the beginning of the game, you can zoom out and then zoom in and be at a 2D perspective. And then it's easy to issue orders that way. But then just being able to see the tanks roll on the map and then the infantry, it just changes the scope of the game. This honestly feels like it just popped up in my head. It feels like combat mission, but combat mission on a grand scale. You know how a combat mission you get like a field or a few fields and a farmhouse or whatever. This is combat mission, but on a massive scale. Like an entire region, an entire city, block by block fighting kind of thing. For cities, kind of thing. It's just yeah, this is pretty cool, man. I gotta admit. Wonder where the enemy is. I do like that you could zoom out and the transition comes in nice. So like you could do the old armor brigade kind of way of doing things, or you could just kind of zoom in and then zoom out and get that feel for it. And then you can kind of it's like I know 3D definitely changed your aspect of things. Like I think in Armor Brigade 1, right? I had those two M60s here, right? If it was a 2D plane, I would be like, all right, I don't know the terrain, the slopes, how everything works. So should I push them out? Will an enemy over here see me? But now that I can actually see the map, I'm like, okay, there's a slope over here. So if they're hiding here, they're not going to get good line of sight on me. So I can send out these two M60s. This slope of this hill is going to kind of cover me a little bit. As I come down, they're all the way in this valley, and that's why like my boys over here with the M60s were just raining fire on everything on this side because everybody, they have a T-64 in this, valley here that it was like it was facing away from me. And then, you had these units over here that had their rears exposed. Yeah, this is definitely, I can't believe I won. To be honest with you, this is cool. This is really cool. Um, Jerry says a Ukraine Russia war should have never happened, but I feel creating DLC based on some battles from there would be amazing. Yeah, I mean the thing about that is I'm sure there's gonna be a mod for it. Somebody's gonna do a mod. I don't think Matrix Games will do it, or I think the name of the studio here is Vedat. I don't want to mispronounce it. Vietica Studios. Um, it's a very touchy subject when you do modern current conflicts, um, because like even today, like Vietnam games, strategy games, have just been like kind of acceptable in the public space to be produced in the last 10 15 years, right? Because the conflict was so current. I remember in the 2010s, early 2010s, they were going to make a game on the Battle of Fallujah, and there was so much controversy. It actually made mainstream media news, like, and vets were like, some vets were for it, other vets were like, no, this is not cool. You should not make this into a game. So there's different aspects to that. Now there's going to be a modder that's going to take this game and do that, because if they made a game for excuse me, if they made a World War II version of Armor Brigade, they're gonna do other conflicts. I guarantee you. I do like a big thing is that they add mission editor. Um, there's a mission editor in the game. Is it on here? Edit mission. I wonder if it's still. Huh, I wonder why it's not loading. Wow. Okay. You do have a lot of access to a lot of assets to play around with. Um, I'm wondering why my mission editor is not loading though. Maybe edit mission. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe it didn't come in yet. Maybe it's gonna release in December. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. But in either case, just like with the Armor Brigade one, you're gonna get probably a World War II version of this. You're probably gonna get a Vietnam version. I'm pretty sure there's probably other conflicts besides World War II for Armor Brigade 1. So it's just a matter of time before this game releases. You know, modders get their hands on it and then just start going to town because people are gonna do that. I'm trying to make a game that is a intellectual property. I can't sell it, but I'm gonna make the game anyway because I want to. Um, but yeah, this is really cool. Anyway, so the game is on Matrix Games, so it's 35.99. It's a good price. Honestly, it's amazing. This game is $40. I know some people are gonna like hassle me for this, but I think that's too cheap, to be honest. Like there are games that, like I said earlier, in the stream that are 60, $70 and are missing. Feel in a way bare bones in certain aspects. But then you have games like this that offer like so much customization, so much just content, just really amazing fun for you know like half the price. So I just find that really interesting, and they're really good with like DLCs. Like uh, their DLCs are $15. We went over them, for these additional, you know, to get 200 additional units, a new map. So like these things are actually looking at this like 200 new units, an entire map, a new linear campaign for $15. Like that's a deal. I'm not going to compare it to other publishers I'm thinking of right now that charge 20, sometimes $30 for a DLC, and it's like you get a few things, like a couple of different extra functions for a game, but nothing really. I'm not going to say because you guys are going to know what game it is, but just bits and pieces, and you're like, really, 20, $30 for this, and you usually have to wait for a sale. $15 for all this work, you know honestly, a lot of times I think in my head, I'm like, that's a deal. Anyway, that's just my. They say they are working on multiplayer as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean the AI is challenging in this game. Uh, I know when I played Armor Brigade One, I got my rear handed to me a few times. I think. So, you know, I guess with the 3D aspect of this game, I was able to perform better because being able, like I said, to see the map is just changes things. Anyway, I hopefully you guys enjoy this. I really did. Like I said, I was in a bad mood before before playing this game, and I was kind of like hesitant to actually do a live stream because I was just not in a really good mood. It was just a lot of stuff going on. But this game really took me up. So thank you, Vetica Studios. Thank you, Matrix Games. This definitely improved my night. I really appreciate it. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to do like a first impressions video for tomorrow, just to go over the pros and cons. But yeah, it's gonna be a good video. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Catch you in the next one. See you then.